All right. I think I got it. Let me see if I'm here. Of course, now I've got this goofy thing on my computer. Okay. I got it now. Darn, I have no clue what was going on. I don't know if it was Facebook or if it was my camera, my phone. Every once in a while it throws a wrench at you, but here we go. I'm here. I hope you guys are coming back in and we won't have any of this static anymore. It may be an issue. Who knows? So we'll see. Hey, Renee is back. Yay. I'm going to hold off just a little bit and see if everybody comes back in. I know a couple of people probably left, and, I can't blame them. They don't have time to... Yes, Carol, because I'm using my phone, there's no noise. It doesn't have that noise. I don't know what it is. I've just got to see what's going on. So hopefully that's it, but... I'll wait a few more minutes and see if others come back in, because I know it has to show up in your feed. But it won't be long. The card won't take long once we get started. But holy cow, what a problem there was. All right, so we're going to use the Flowers of Friendship stamp set today. And I have to admit, I just recently got it. Yay, Michelle, you came back. Thanks. I just recently got it. I saw it in the catalog and I loved these two flowers. So I thought, oh, do I or don't I? Well, I bit the bullet and bought it. And I thought, well, this is a perfect one for stamps, paper, and ink. So I used this stamp set, and that's the card we're going to do today. And it's hard to see, but I have added Wink of Stella. I've actually colored with the Wink of Stella on the flowers and the leaves. There it is. It's kind of hard to see. But so that's what we're going to be doing. All right, now when you're doing stamps, paper, and ink, you want to use as few supplies as possible. Oh, thanks, Carol. If you're a beginning stamper or you're on a limited budget, you can't get tons of things to use. And it's like, how do you make pretty cards with limited supplies? So that was the whole purpose. Hey, Barb, of using or starting this series is to show new stampers or beginning stampers you don't have to have a lot of supplies. Now I'm going to grab a scrap paper because I am going to be stamping off. So I'm going to put this down here and I'm going to create a background. And this flower is perfect for a background. That's the thing with just stamps, paper, and ink. Look at your stamps and see if you have one you could use to create a background. That one won't show up, so I'm not worried about it too much. So the first thing I did was I stamped my background with my stamp. I'm going to set that aside. Hey, Linda, yay, you came back. I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. Then I'm going to take a piece of white. All the measurements will be, hey, Deb, posted after I am finished. And I have the long stemmed flower from that set. And this is it's a nice flower. It's a pretty flower. It's great for, a single image. But I wanted to show you that you can easily step it up. And hopefully I didn't smear that because it rocked on me. I didn't, yes. So I have my image stamped. Now, I'm going to pull in a block and I'm going to add some ink. And this is the Fresh Freesia, which is the color of the card base. and Soft Succulent. I thought these two colors were really pretty together. And I'm going to stamp some ink on the end of each of them. And did you know you can color with your Wink of Stella? And it leaves a really pretty shimmer, as well as evenly spaces out the ink. And this is an inexpensive tool to have in your toolbox. And if you want it darker, you can get it darker. You just have to pick up more ink. So you're just going to color the flower with the Wink of Stella. And I have to admit, I like coloring with this better than the blender pen, because you still have to be careful with that blender pen. Now, if you use glycerin, it's not as bad. But who doesn't like sparkle? But look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then you want to make sure you clean off your Wink of Stella, because your pen, because if not, you'll be mixing purple and green and you'll get mud. All right, now I'm going to take some of the Soft Succulent and I'm going to do my leaves. This would be a great card to mass produce if you needed, say, a lot of thank you cards or whatever. All right. And I'm just going to color in my leaves with the Wink of Stella. And I know you guys probably can't see it, but this is so sparkly and so pretty. And again, I'm going to clean off my pen, because if not, you're going to have residual ink in there and it'll mess it up. So I've got it all cleaned off. I need to stamp my sentiment. And since there wasn't a lot of green, I went with the green. And I needed some thank you cards, so that's what I'm doing. All right. Let me make sure that I've got this inked up, yeah. And mine, I keep forgetting to turn my pads upside down. So consequently, I end up with two juicy pads. All right, I'm going to move this aside. And I wanted some interest behind it, so I pulled out a scrap. I'm going to pull this. It actually is a scrap. It was an offcut. Hey, Betty Ann, from when I cut down my card stock, you get like a ½ inch left off. So I'm going to have to flip this. Sorry, I got to cover that up because it's not laying flat, and I'll have a mess if I don't. So I'm going to stamp this on here, and it's not centered. All right. I forgot to look at my stamp. I need to come down some because it's close to this edge here. And then I'm going to stamp the other one down here. And it doesn't matter if it's not exactly perfect in a line, because by the time you put it behind that, no one will ever see. So now we're ready to put our card together. I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of this. Put that out of the way before I drop something in it. And this is centered side to top to bottom. It's the same as the side. And then I'm going to put that on here, and it is on flat. There we go. So I'm going to add this on here. And you know what? I'm going to flip it around because your eye has a tendency to go this way. And see how there's not a whole lot on that side? I'm just going to move it over. All right, so I'm going to put it right about there. Okay. Now we're going to take our image layer and we're going to add it to the back. Okay, somebody sent me a message. I hope it's not saying that I'm not live anymore. All right, I can't see this. Let me pull in my paper again. I don't want to put this down crooked. All right, and I used black because I wanted the colors to pop. So if you want your colors to pop, think of using black as a layer, and it will. All right, now I'm going to add a bunch of dimensionals all across the back of here, and I have a bunch cut so I don't have to worry about it. These were actually left over from a paper pumpkin. This one goes this way. And it was a long piece from the paper pumpkin. I love the paper pumpkin for that reason. So I cut them apart, and I'm going to put a lot down here. Now, again, you don't have to use dimensionals. You can use Fun Foam and create a layer for the back of it. It's cheap. You can usually get it for like $1, $2 for a 11 by 14 sheet. You can get a lot of cards out of that. I just keep forgetting to use it. I get to creating and forget. But I do like it because it supports the whole card. And I know we have adhesive sheets, but they're expensive if you're going to put it on a card, especially if you use big images like this, which I tend to do. All right, now I'm going to put this on. And there it is. Quick and easy. You want to step it up, you can add some gems. You could add some of the ribbon here. Yeah, Walmart has it. You can get it just about anywhere. The thinner, the better. You don't want it too thick. So just look for the thin sheets. But there it is. Oh, Carol, so do I. And this one is so pretty. Oh, thanks, guys. I love it. It's just a great card. And it was like, and I love the Wink of Stella added to it. Oh, you're quite welcome, Carol. Thanks, Janice. If you guys have crafty friends, let them know about this. Get people in here. Share my video. Share my page. Let people know. I try to share ideas. I mean, I think that's the whole purpose is, thanks, Renee, is to share. And I did want to show you new colors, but it can be done in any color. All right, I'm going to flip this around to me. So give me a minute. And then I've got to hold it unless I can get my, nope, it's going to take too much to get it flipped around. But there we go. And, oh, thanks, Linda. So many issues with Facebook this morning. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's my computer. I don't know if it was my phone. Ooh. I wonder if it has something to do with my phone. I'll have to check when I'm done to see if Facebook needed to be updated. They update it all the time, and I usually check that, but I totally forgot. So that might have been it. And now I'm shaking, so I know I'm going to make you guys sick. So rather than keep it going and shaky, I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm hoping you're right, Linda. I appreciate it so much. And if you make a card like this, share it. Just put it in the comments after I post the dimensions and all. I'd love to see what stamp sets you guys use and what colors. You know, that's the whole purpose of this. Share your ideas. It's lots of fun. Oh, you're quite welcome, Michelle. I hope I've inspired you to look at your stamps and find something fun to play with. Happy 4th, everybody. Bye.